I'm James Spann. This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, the 28th of June. Interesting weather to talk about. We are expecting an increase in convection here. Could we see cooler and drier air later in the week? And what about Alex? Well, let's take a look. First off, Skycam images around the network this afternoon. That's the Skycam at the campus of Troy University, overlooking the football stadium, the press box there down in Pike County. They've seen some big storms down there today. There's the Demopolis Skycam looking north from the Demopolis Civic Center on the banks of the Tombigbee River, the historic White Bluffs. Sky mostly cloudy, and again, there's been some pretty healthy storms around there. And from Mount Cheehaw, a mostly cloudy sky as we look right down the spine of the Talladega Mountains on a summer afternoon. Water vapor satellite shot. Alex is seen down there in the bottom part of the screen coming off the Yucatan. A trough is trying to form to the north of us, and again, we've got general ridging still going on here. Pretty hot today. Temperatures are mostly in the low 90s. The hot spots, Birmingham and Anniston at 93. These are at 2 o'clock. Montgomery at 87. They've got nearby showers and storms. On the radar, things are pretty scattered so far, but I think they'll pick up over the next couple of hours. We've got the big storm near Tupelo, Mississippi that has prompted a severe thunderstorm warning by the Weather Service over in Memphis. Storms developing east and west of Birmingham. There's one down around Verbena and Mountain Creek in far southeastern Chilton County. And again, tomorrow should be a much more active day in terms of convection. On the watch warning map, got a couple of severe thunderstorm watches up northeast to the northeast of us from basically Washington, D.C. to Boston. That includes New York City and Long Island. Flash flood watches for parts of West Virginia and adjacent sections of Kentucky and Ohio. And a flash flood watch out there in parts of Texas. We're going to see, in fact, a hurricane watch, of course, down there in the southern tip of Texas. And flooding rains will be a problem potentially for parts of South Texas later this week due to Alex. There's the convective outlook for the rest of today and tonight. The primary risk, the standard risk, is from D.C. to Boston. But again, note those low-end 5% probabilities down and through here with the front slowly approaching from the north and a fairly unstable air mass. There could be a few wet microbursts around. Tomorrow, pretty much the same thing. Not enough of a chance to warrant the standard risk, but low-end 5% probabilities here because of that surface boundary just north of us. Here's a QPF chart. How about 15 inches of rain just south of Brownsville, Texas? Yeah, buddy, that's with Alex. Now, I don't know why they're showing 9 inches just south of Biloxi and Gulfport. I don't think the precipitation shield will be that big from Alex. Again, we'll see, but I would certainly say that, yeah, they could pick up that 1 foot of rain down there in South Texas where there could be some big flooding issues. Here's a look at Alex. Pretty disorganized. It's got a large circulation. Check the latest track from the Hurricane Center. Maximum sustained winds have increased to 60 miles an hour. And but anyway, back to this. Moving north-northwest at 5. And understand that makes some people nervous, but the agreement and the modeling is actually better. The official track here brings it in is a hurricane just south of Brownsville Thursday morning, about the time the sun comes up. And see, the modeling is shifted back to the left. Got a couple of outliers that bring it up into Texas, but really most all of the good dynamic tropical models are keeping it south of Brownsville, moving it up into Mexico, and just dissipating. In pretty good agreement with the Hurricane Center track. So I'll give those guys credit. They don't flip-flop with every model run like some people do, and it's tempting to do. But they've done a great job with this so far, and it sure looks like that will be the correct solution. And that will keep it well to the south and west of the oil slick in the Gulf. The intensity schemes modeling, you can see that most of them keep this thing as a strong tropical storm, some bring it up to Category 1 status. And again, these early season systems rarely become dangerous hurricanes. They're basically the flooding is the big problem once they get inland. We'll check the 12Z GFS. This is valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You can see the trough developing over the east. Down below that, a surface boundary just north of the Tennessee Valley. And with a good moisture feed, weakening trough should mean a pretty active convective day tomorrow. Good chance of showers and storms. Alex and close there to the Mexican coast just south of Brownsville. And again, the surface boundary not going anywhere. It's stopped. And again, at this point, Looks like we'll maintain a pretty decent chance of showers and storms. Now, Thursday, there's your high-amplitude flow just north of us. But really, the trough is a little farther north, and accordingly, this run of the GFS stops at front near Interstate 20. Yeah. Every time you forecast drier air in here in summer, you almost know that's going to be a mistake. It's like you need to believe it when you see it. But if this is right, Huntsville would be less humid, and Gadsden and Hamilton, but Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, very close call. And that's probably the right call, keeping us in the moist air. Alex is in just south of Brownsville, and pretty good slug of moisture just off the Gulf of Mexico. And then Friday, that kind of hangs around there. But notice we're dry, and we're still going to go with a generally dry forecast on Thursday and Friday for the northern half of the state. Better chance of any showers and storms should be down south. About the weekend ahead, there's a look at Saturday. And again, if that's right, the Gulf Coast could be pretty wet, but around here that looks dry. And the same thing on Sunday. The deeper moisture stays down south. Monday of next week looks pretty dry. And again, the Gulf looks a little unsettled down there. We'll check the end of the forecast on the 14th of July. Ridging around here. Westerlies are up north. That looks very typical for mid-July in Alabama. Hot, muggy. Some folks may be catching a storm. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.